because of our culture. Anyway, this will be my final question for you. You to let my viewers help them with the path that you are in now, how you were able to where you are, because I know for sure that the way the enlightened message is spreading across, there will be many or more akumu 30 years, 40 years, 20 years. They are back to their Arjuna started here, Juma. When Arjuna started here, you want to find ways to really understand things out of it. I know that you are in a position where to me every baby, and I think so you're in a better place. I think so you can share with us how they can go through the same thing, if the time comes.
In the first place, I must say nothing is easy. Starting a new venture is always a difficult thing because you are thinking of all the risks involved, what you may even lose and all that. There's this story they used to tell us of the Fantis during the slave trade era, where at least a few of them had witnessed the power of the gun and what it could do to people. So there were a few fake guns, from what I heard, that were erected at vantage places. And these slave masters had told the slaves that if any of you should move without permission and all that, these guns can trigger and cause you harm. So don't make any attempts. And even if you want to ask permission from the gun. So there's this joke they say, like the Fantis around the slave trade, whenever they wanted to go and pass out urine, they'll be like Major 2, and then they're assuming the gun heard them and the gun has given them permission. So they go and wee and come. So that was them brainwashed, and I'm sure for generations, this thing traumatized them about the gun. So it's the same thing because they told us a lot of things in church. Like I said, I traveled to Europe in the year 2008, and at that point, I felt that was when the first wave of my awakening started. But I remember when I was going, they warned me a lot because they are like, people go to Europe and forget about God. They change their lifestyle. They go for tattoos. They pierce their nose. They dress nude and all that. So you're a religious lady. People are looking up to you. Don't go and change yourself. So for 2 years, even though at that point when I went, I had access to the internet and I was researching a lot into church and Easter and all those things, I didn't have enough zeal to switch. Okay. So I came back home, and not having a job, having difficulties finding a place made me fall back into religion. And for 6 years, it was a difficult moment for me until the awakening came and I realized, wow, this is what I've been searching for all my life. So in the first place, it's not an easy thing, especially for most Ghanaians. Recently, I was chatting with a friend. It was like the reason why most Ghanaians in Europe and in the US, especially the older generation, maybe past 40 years, are not able to do the switch, is that for most of them, they believe is the prayers of their pastors that took them abroad.
Abroad, okay.
To the extent that most of them even told them that so a lot of Africans carry this mentality in abroad, and they are not doing anything at home. And then when they die or they are sick, they ship their or transport their sick body into Africa to look for medication and all that. It will not work for you because for so many years, you yourself, you have degraded what your system is supposed to be. And even when I awakened, I encountered people who were so frightful. They went back to church. I talk to people, do counseling all the time, where people tell me, I have had awakening. I want to leave church. But the work I do is related to the church. And that means I have to leave my job. I have to leave the house and the cars and all that. For me, what I want to tell people is that the essence of awakening is not to deny yourself happiness or joy or whatever thing you're enjoying now. It's about a renewal of mind. Because at the end of the day, you realize that even the conscious community, and a lot of people who are awakening are still struggling with itself. Because within the conscious community, we have so many. You see, the challenge with the conscious community now, like I say, probably 100,000 years ago, if I were a Fanti and I was born in the Fanti culture, my family or traditions make sure I go through all the necessary rites within the family, from naming ceremony to adulthood rites. You know, like in Ghana, the Krobos, they have this depot rites for the young girls when they reach puberty and all that. So the culture and traditions will make sure they do all these things for you. And so you have no reason to lack in any other way. But obviously, now I live in Accra. I live among all other tribes and all that. And I remember when I started awakening, I started going back into my culture, asking my parents some questions and all that. And my mom, even for instance, was trying to drive me away from the path. She's like, hey, ye busi animu, ye obi osum busumo, ye obi a Christian. Hey, man, yes, always screaming. I'm like, woman, just keep quiet. Let me do my thing.
Yeah.
You get it? So you have to be extra strong to stand your ground, because you not get people to support you.
That's right.
For some people, they are lucky, they get families that support them. For most of us, you will not get anybody to support you. Internet on my age, man. Especially those in Europe. Stop bringing tithes and offering to your pastors here. Seriously, you people wake up through snow to work, and then you ship. Oh my God.
I know.
You know, sometimes I say I wish this my awakening would have been when I was still in Europe. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am now. I'll have learned a lot of things and made a lot of sense with my life. Most of us lost a lot of things. Like I said, sometimes I carry my whole month's salary just put in the offering book. I remember one time I needed so much. I needed so much money. Someone gave me a gift of is it 100 euros,
Okay.
and I wanted to see the face of God. I didn't change the money. I just put the euro in the offering book like that.
Wow. Wow.
My God. Sometimes when you think about some of these things, but I'm telling people from my experience, please, those in America and Europe, Ghana for now more approach, you know.
Yeah.
Nsroma, the kind of money they pastors, no. Omo they talk cars, omo they to shoes, omo they turn tarian kesi. Omo fie sando koto somo di phone na namnu kusupa. Ube buy we no. Mesremo mu pesisi dan, mo femboa, enfanye mpuntu njuma e Ghana. Na mo ba mo so, because you hear a lot of people in Europe, they come to Africa and they're like, Africa is not changing. We are not seeing effects. Well, the point is, you are bringing the money into the wrong places. See the amount of money that is being cashed through Western Union. I mean, all the things. And some people send things to Ghana and they are like, where's back where stuff for the Afekoma stuff on a bonfire and pastor stuff on a where you man out here through the snow that is putting you where you are. It's very simple. It will be very difficult for you to be able to come out of that brainwashing after so many years of, I mean, I became awakened when I was 34, and it wasn't an easy thing, you know, because I'd married in the church, my family is all Christian and all that. But at least I'm lucky my dad gave me a little support, and he was like, okay, you're old enough to make your decisions. So yeah, do justice with yourself, and we can dialogue in a few things. But for my mom, dear, oh Charlie, it's trouble. But sometimes you have to ask yourself, where am I? What do I want to achieve in life? The things happening around me, are they making sense? And then somehow things will work out for you. So let the mind work. It's as simple as that. Yes.
It's as simple as that. We thank you for taking the time out to really speak to us. I would love to have you back again so we can, you know,
definitely
talk on other topics as well. I guess maybe you can share your social media handles. Maybe somebody want to kind of research more about you, and then, you know, also watch some of your, you know, videos that you share on your social media platform.
Okay, so for Facebook, it's Efua Nsroma, just as the name is. On Facebook, on YouTube, it's Ancestral Waters, or you type, it's just Ancestral Waters, and then you find my videos, and you can watch, and let's learn together and help build Africa. Yeah.
Amen. Thank you very much for your time one more time.
Thank you too for having me.
Stay blessed.
Okay. Thank you. You too. Bye.